So, Rob is dumbfounded back there. He's like, "Did you read the same one I wrote?"
So this is a a good example, right? I resolved 7 out of 10 issues for customer A. I resolved all the interface issues. 3 security issues remain. Expected to deliver 3 remaining issues this week. Right? That's progress. Now, I always try in my progress to answer the first few questions someone's going to have. There's a lot of people I know who think they're answering the question, but in fact they're raising another question. Trivial example is, hey, is this seat broken? That seat's not broken. Okay, now they might think they answered my question, but what they really did is they raised another question. Well, is any other seat broken? Which seat is broken? Everyone get it? Right, so if I just said 7 out of 10 issues are resolved, what's the first question that's going to go through your mind? What's with the other 3? So I always try and think, okay, the person reading this, what's the first thing that they're going to ask? I mean, this could go on forever, so you have to cut it at some point. But I try here, pretty much say, okay, there's 3 left. The 3 remain are going to be resolved this week. These
part of the general rule that you were expecting.
No, it's not in the progress, right? The progress was resolved.
Got it.
So these are real examples from real reports that I've gotten from my staff. I mean, you think this is funny, but I'm telling you, right, you'll have some of these in your reports, and you'll think it's great, and then Rob will like puke all over it, and he'll circle this and send it to you, and you'll be like, because they spend a lot of time. I don't know how much time they spent on this topic, and I don't really know what issues they didn't understand, and I don't know exactly what happened, but to me, this is not progress. Now, they could have written this as progress, right? Spent 5 hours training Howard on how to boot his computer in safe mode, and he can now do this, and I don't ever have to show him again. That's great progress. Right. This was another progress. Right? This is an activity. There's no doubt that it actually happened.
Most of my progress are actually activities.
So the question is, right? Well, what is the first question that comes to your mind?
What happened? Yeah. What came out of the demo?
Did they like it?
This is how all sales coaches that I've ever worked with report their progress.
I know.
They do this.
I didn't want to get pizza.
So
Right on the other side.
progress could be, I did this, and the customer loved it. They had 3 ideas. I sent those ideas to the product manager, and they are scheduled for the next release. That's progress. Right? Or demo this, the customer agreed that this product satisfies all their needs, and when they get it installed, they are willing to write us the check. That's progress. So I'm not knocking it, it's like there's just not enough information here, right? For all you know, you gave a demo and all they said was, we'd like another demo.
Does progress always need to be positive? Like the customer example you just gave, could it be demoed this product to a customer, he said it's horrible and it needs this, 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 and this?
That's progress.
Okay.
You now know the 5 things you need to do to get this customer happy that you didn't know beforehand. That's progress.
Would that then go into the problem section? Is that
it can
discovered based on progress section in point 2 that
it can. So just
demo,
hold that.
V2 demo needs blah, blah, blah.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But hold on, right? I'm beating a dead horse, but right, these are really examples, right? So they discussed with Keith ways to improve the performance. Now,
but if they identified ways, then it would be.
If they had identified 3 things that Keith needs to do, that's great progress. But to just discuss it with him, I mean, it could have been, man, too bad there's really nothing to do about performance. Yeah, you know, there's really not, I mean, that's not progress. It's discussing.
So it sounds like the language is discrete, as in like discrete data, is that it's whole, like you can't have it, you know, it's a whole number or a whole thing that happened.
Yeah, it's whole, and it's actually moving you forward in your goal. And so, I didn't say this explicitly, but your progress, if it's doing well, will have some relationship to your metrics. That doesn't, right, you can have progress that isn't exactly, you know, one metric moved. But I mean, if you see a lot of progress that has nothing to do with the metrics, then either the metrics are wrong or the things you're working on are wrong.
So progress and metrics have to be related to some.
They should be. I mean, it's
some
not.
level of correlation.
There should be some correlation, right? If the metrics are a glance into how this thing is going, and our progress is a glance into what you're doing, it'd be odd if those things didn't go at least somewhat together. Does that kind of make sense?